Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about a very interesting topic, that is why are heart attacks becoming common among people nowadays. So typically people think that the risk of heart ailments arises when a man reaches his 50s and a woman crosses the age of 65. But these days, heart illnesses or other disorders that lead to heart problems such as hypertension, high level of cholesterol and triglycerides are being noticed in people in their 20s, 30s and 40s. So why are people today more vulnerable to heart attacks than the previous generation? So the primary reason is the prevalent sedentary lifestyle and unhealthy diet. And modern lifestyle up the risk of heart disease and heart attacks. So first of all, it's very important for all of us to understand that what exactly is the meaning of heart attack and its symptom. So as you can see here on the screen, these are the basic topics that we will cover in this video. First of all, we'll talk about what exactly is the meaning of heart attack. The next we'll talk about the clinical features, that what are the signs and symptoms of heart attack. And lastly, we'll talk about what's behind the rise in heart attacks among the people nowadays. These are the basic topics that we will cover in this video. So let's start. So first of all, we'll talk about what is a heart attack, or what exactly is the meaning of heart attack. So heart attacks are also called as myocardial infarctions. So whenever the chest pain is the most common warning sign of the heart attacks. But there can be other symptoms too, like lightheadedness, nausea and shortness of breath, which is also called as dyspnea. Symptoms can be severe or mild and are often different from one person to next. Some people may not even notice any warning signs of heart attack. So a heart attack happens when the blood flow to your heart is blocked or cut off. If there is not sufficient oxygen-rich blood flowing to the heart, it can cause damage to the affected areas. And as a result, the heart muscles begin to die. So when your heart isn't getting the blood and oxygen it needs to function properly, it can put you at a high risk of heart failures and other serious complications. And heart attack is a life-threatening medical emergency, so don't take it lightly. Now next we'll talk about the clinical symptoms, that what are the clinical features, signs and symptoms of heart attack. So general symptoms for a heart attack can include chest pain or discomfort, shortness of breath, which is also called as dyspnea, pain in your arm, shoulder or neck, nausea, sweating, lightheadedness or dizziness, fatigue, upper body pain and trouble breathing. So anyone experiencing any of the above heart attack symptoms should contact emergency services immediately. So these are the clinical features of heart attack. Now very important topic of this video is the factors that are responsible for this. So first and the foremost factor which is responsible for rising in heart attacks among the people is unhealthy dietary habits. And we will talk about it in an elaborated manner. So another answer to the question of why do people have heart attacks lies in the foods that the people today eat. To deal with the stress, and also because the youth rarely has the time or the energy to cook healthy meals. Unhealthy eating is on a rise. Frequent cravings are satisfied with sweets, desserts and oily dried and oily fried foods. Reliance on takeout foods has increased. All these foods are harmful to the heart, and trans fats found in the deep fried foods, white bread, cookies, cakes or pastries raises a level of LDL, which is a bad cholesterol. LDL builds up along the inner lining of the blood vessels of your heart. This creates an obstruction that narrows the passages and limits how much blood reaches the heart. This may eventually trigger a heart attack or cardiac arrest. Youth these days indulge in extreme diets, take a variety of health supplements on their own, which can be harmful. Any diet plan or health supplement should not be taken without discussing with a doctor or registered dietitian. So this is the first and the foremost reason that why people are getting heart attack nowadays. Now let's talk about the second reason, that is stress and anxiety. So the lives of the people today are riddled with stress. Stress levels are higher today than ever before. With workplaces, toxicity, unrealistic expectations, financial insecurity in a volatile job market, distressing news and social media abuse being rampant. The youth today do not have the healthy ways of dealing with stress. And chronic stress is dangerous for the body. It causes unhealthy weight gain and high blood pressure, which is also called as hypertension. And undiagnosed hypertension damages the arteries and lowers the blood supply to your heart. In the absence of enough blood, the heart muscles start degrading and eventually this causes a heart attack. So this is the second reason why people are getting more heart attacks nowadays, that is stress and anxiety. Now let's talk about the third reason, that is obesity and diabetes. So, unhealthy eating causes obesity and is one of the primary risk factors for diabetes. Studies have found that the obesity rate in India is increasing more rapidly than the global average. And India already ranked third in the obesity index. The incidence rate of obesity is quite high in the youth, and obesity increases the risk of type 2 diabetes, that is diabetes mellitus. Both obesity and the diabetes are considered risk factor for the heart diseases. Now fourth factor is exercise, lack of exercise or too much exercise. So let's talk about it. So too little or too much exercise is another reason why young people are having heart attacks. So cardiovascular exercises such as jogging, brisk walking, swimming, dancing, skipping rope, and any exercise that makes your heart rate go up ward off obesity and keep LDL and triglyceride levels in check and thus protect the heart. So exercises also increase the blood supply to your heart, but unfortunately many youngsters are reluctant to exercise because they think they do not have enough time after work. And on the other end of the spectrum are youngsters who exercise too much in a bid to fit the media established idea of the perfect body. If there is a pre-existing heart condition that has not been diagnosed yet, then excessive exercise can damage the heart further and bring on a heart attack. Unregulated weight training can thicken the heart muscles, and unprescribed supplements can trigger arrhythmia. So according to some researchers, some people in their 20s start developing heart blockages because of the genetics and the bad cholesterol. In such a state, if a person puts his or her body through an extreme workout, the exertion can trigger the formation of blood clots near the blockages, which can result in a heart attack. Now, what is the fifth reason? That is sedentary lifestyle. So let's talk about it. So lack of physical activity, prolonged sitting hours in front of your laptop, your mobiles, your TV screens, and excessive screen time, poor sleep habits, improper eating schedule together affect a person's health. So working in these areas can offer great health benefits, and this applies to people of all age groups. Now, the sixth factor which is responsible for the rise in heart attack nowadays in people is smoking cigarettes and vaping are major risk factors for heart attacks. So let's talk about it. So of all the things that contribute to heart attack in adults, smoking cigarettes proportions to the number of the cigarettes you smoke. Smoking 1 pack a day more than doubles your risk for heart attack compared with the non-smokers. While cigarette smoking has a much higher chance of causing a heart attack compared with vaping, you are still not off the hook if you vape. E-cigarettes contain nicotine and other toxic compounds that accelerate your heart rate and raise your blood pressure. A recent study has found that vaping made you 34% more likely to have heart attacks compared to the non-vapers. Now, what is the 7th factor which is responsible for heart attack? That is, adults are increasingly diagnosed with hypertension, that is high blood pressure. So hypertension is one of the biggest risk factor for cardiovascular diseases. Unfortunately, just like the trend in heart attacks, the incidence of hypertension is rising faster in young adults than in older adults. High blood pressure makes your heart muscles thicken, harm your blood vessels, increase your risk of heart attack. Now I have provided some guidelines for you people to remember. These are the basic points that you have to remember. So let's talk about them. So all healthcare experts will tell you that you can substantially lower the risk of cardiac problems by following a healthy lifestyle. A perfect healthy looking person may also have an underlying illnesses that can be diagnosed by routine health checkup. So follow these tips. First, exercise moderately at least 5 times a week. Second, get routine health checkups. Early diagnosis and timely management of the disease can save you from the serious consequences. Third, eat healthily. Focus on fresh vegetables, whole red meat, refined wheat flour, white bread, pasta, sugary beverages, desserts, deep-fried food, etc. You can consume these unhealthy foods once in a blue moon, but remember to exercise afterwards. Fourthly, quit smoking and alcohol right away. Next, monitor your blood pressure, blood sugar, and blood cholesterol level at regular intervals. Next point to remember is find out your ideal BMI, that is body mass index. The healthy BMI is between 18.5 to 24.9. If your BMI is higher, it's time to lose a few kilos and maintain your body weight in a healthy range. Next point, learn to manage stress. So identify any activity that helps to calm your mind and spend more time doing it. Breathing exercises, yogas help to lower stress level. Talk to your loved ones, bring a pet at home, and go on a nature walks. Identify activities that increases the stress and avoid them. Instead of browsing through social media before going to bed, consider reading and for half an hour to relax the mind and the body. So these are some points which you can remember, okay, for maintaining a healthy lifestyle in order to avoid heart attacks. So with this we end here. So start taking care of healthy to prevent not just heart attacks but many other illnesses as well. And if there is a prevalence of heart disorders or diabetes within the family, so get yourself tested at least once a year. Remember, prevention is always better than cure. So stay aware and keep up good health. So that's all for today. See you guys in our next video. Till then, stay connected with us for more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below. And yes, press the bell icon for more updates. Stay safe and stay healthy. And yes, thanks for watching this video.